Linda's Pantry, and today I'm putting my spicy pork away and the roasted pork in spicy broth that I did for you for Canuary. I love this. I cannot wait to try this. I still haven't tried it, obviously. I mean, I know the broth is delicious. I didn't waste any of that. I used it in a chicken soup. So I wanted to talk a little bit about headspace, and my headspace dropped from even the next morning, and all I can think of is that the meat kind of absorbs some of that liquid. Everything is still covered. What isn't covered has a layer of onion and a little bit of a fat cap on it, so I'm not worried about that at all. But like that one is covered with a fat cap, depending on how meaty the pieces were. And the broth is actually got quite a bit of collagen in it, so it's really nice. I am labeling my jars. I've washed them. They've sat here for a couple of days. I leave them sit here on the counter to make sure I haven't lost a seal. Even after you wash them, sometimes one of the seals will release, and I don't want that. So before I put them into long-term food storage, I make sure those seals are still liftable seals. So anyway, this recipe, I did a longer video only because I felt like it was a little more in detail. There definitely was a few steps to this this whole recipe, so I wanted to make sure that you had all the information. And remember, I was referencing and got the recipe out of the Ball canning book. Now, I will say one thing that I failed to mention in the actual recipe. I strained some of that the herbs out after the broth had simmered. I strained it out with a sieve. I just ladled it into the sieve and let it grab like the excess oregano and red pepper flakes, because otherwise it would be so thick in the broth. But now it still has all the flavor. It's so delicious. Anyways, so the collab has really been a fun follow on YouTube. I love all the gals and guys that are participating and giving us some inspiration. My list has definitely grown for my next canning projects. So this is what I do. I wash my jars the next day and I set them here on the counter and just let them sit. And I've had pie filling come, release the lid. I've had maybe once or twice I've had a lid pop back up. Now, these are all really tightly sealed. These Tattler lids, there was a little discussion and questions being asked about headspace and Tattler lids. Is the headspace the same or different? It's absolutely the same. When you're packing your jars for pressure canning, it's 1 inch. 1 inch of headspace. And it's so important to don't push that to try to get it as full as possible, because you can buckle your jars. Well, actually, from tightening them too tight, you would buckle the lid, but you can actually push that lid off. This one has the perfect, this one, that one, those three have the perfect headspace still in the same canner load, and then a couple of them changed. So I'm not sure whether the meat was a little drier and they soak up some of that or what that is, but I'm gonna do some recipes for you. I just wanted to tell you this was a total success. I can't wait to try it. I know I've got 2 or 3 recipes that I'm gonna do for you with this, and then you can make a decision based on that information and the video and the recipe you have access to. And the recipe in the Ball book is a pretty small batch recipe. It's 6 pints, I believe, or 3 quarts. So you can do a small batch of this. 6 pints of this would be really good for me, because then it's a single serving. But I love leftovers, so typically I share. Well, not all the time, but sometimes I'm sharing. So I wouldn't want to have to open up 2 jars when I have a 1.5 pint jar, and it's perfect. All right, guys, if you have any questions about the Tattler lids, I'm using them a lot. I'm using them in every canning session, and whenever I see lids in the store, I'm picking them up, but we still do not have access to lids and very limited access to jars. I don't need any jars at all. But lids, yeah, I could use some more button top lids, but I'm not gonna panic because I have all the Tattlers I'll need for the rest of my life. All right, guys. I'll try to leave a link for the Tattler lids down below. Learn how to use them. Learn the value of having that lid that is reusable indefinitely. And I mean, this gasket is squished out the side. It is on there. It's not coming off. You're gonna pry it off. And that's awesome. All right. Shelf stable roasted pork and spicy broth. Leave all the questions down below. I'm gonna get these out into my food storage, and yeah, if you guys want to see a little bit of a pantry tour / food storage, let me know. Give me a comment down below and I'll ponder. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.